Okay, I'll call our special public council meeting for Thursday, December 19th, 2019 to order. It's only really one item on our agenda is the budget. I would also allow, I guess, council will have a go around, see it's the last meeting before Christmas. Councillor Glenn.
This is just for
After.
Yeah, just a quick thanks and Merry Christmas.
Okay. Councillor Pollard.
Likewise, Your Worship.
Okay. Councillor Thorngas. Same. I'll just say yes, everybody.
It's okay.
Yeah. Good. We'll move on. All right. So, motion to adopt agenda as amended, please.
So moved.
Over to seconder. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Committees of Council, Administration and Finance. Councillor Pollard, take it away.
Thank you, Your Worship. I guess as everybody knows, tonight is the night for adoption of our budget. We had a significant meeting and live stream, I guess, earlier the week when we went through the major portions of the budget. And as a result, I didn't really write a speech because we just came here with the intention to adopt via the 7 motions. But seeing as there are folks who may not have seen it before, I will just brush through a couple of highlights. I think the budget from our perspective is very important because it's a hold-the-line budget with no change in tax rates of any kind. And given the year we've had, and everyone knows our ups and downs in terms of some additional expenditures that we had unexpectedly, I think that it bodes well that we actually hold the line and grasp and take a look where we're going to move in the future. So it does provide us that time also to sit back and evaluate what we have done over the past year and see what new items or new challenges the new community centre and other projects we have on the go may bring. But it offers a bit of everything. It addresses pedestrian safety, and even there's dollars set aside for sidewalks. Road maintenance stays essentially the same, but I think it's important to point out that we also allocated approximately $1.1 million in road upgrades via the gas tax funding, which does not come directly out of our tax dollars, but rather the gas tax allocation. There's improvement to the water supply via leak detection and sampling, and there's capital towards a new treatment facility. We addressed wastewater via a sampling program to meet the new federal regulations and to plan for a treatment plant of some kind in the future as well. We have a commitment to ongoing asset management via infrastructure location and condition assessment. We continue commitment to our trails, albeit a little less than our normal $200,000. We did manage to put away $100,000 and see where that takes us over the next year. We increased our focus on cultural facilities through cost-shared projects with the CO of the province and private funding for History House. And we all have a chance now to sit back and evaluate the contribution of our new community centre makes to the wellness of the community. And having said that, Your Worship, I now will read through the motions to accept the budget. That the town of Torbay adopt the tax fee and structure schedule for 2020 as presented. The 2020 schedule will be advertised in the January edition of the Northeast Avalon Times newspaper, posted on the town's website, and provided in the 2019 Budget e-newsletter. So moved.
Second.
Seconder. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
That the town of Torbay's residential property mill rate for 2020 taxation year be set at 6.7 mils. So moved.
Second.
Seconder. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
That the town of Torbay's commercial property mill rate for 2020 taxation year be set at 10.5 mils. So moved.
Second.
Seconder. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
The council remuneration for the 2020 calendar year will be set at 1.7% of the operating budget. So moved.
Second.
Seconder. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
That the 2020 total budget for the town of Torbay in the amount of $11,428,509 be adopted. The breakdown is $10,139,123 for main operating and $1,289,386 for capital. So moved.
Second.
Over and a seconder. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
That the town approve a 25% tax reduction for those residents in receipt of the Guaranteed Income Supplement under the Old Age Security Act for the calendar year 2020. This tax reduction applies to primary residents only. So moved.
Second.
Mover and a seconder, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried.
That the town of Torbay approve a 20% tax reduction for those residents whose single net income is between $0 and $18,955 for the calendar year 2020. This tax reduction applies to primary residents only. So moved.
Second.
Mover and a seconder, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried.
That the town of Torbay approve a 20% tax reduction for those residents where the combined family net income is between $18,955.01 and $32,052 for the calendar year 2020. This tax reduction applies to primary residents only. So moved.
Second.
Mover, seconder, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried.
So ends my report, Your Worship.
And that is that. Good job, Mr. Pollard. And I guess we could just do our go-around, and if you want to have a word about the budget or whatever, we got lots of time, so carry on, Councillor Knight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know we're all in Christmas mode here now, but it's going to be very brief as I can. We've had a very challenging year, 2019, and of course we're all still fairly new working together. But I think we came through it like champs at the end for the benefit of the people of Torbay. Just passed this great budget, no new taxes, no tax increase, brand new recreation center put in there, money for sidewalks, all these great things. And my favorite thing for this whole year that I kind of want to just highlight, I suppose, that we're going to have, of course, going forward, is we've got our cameras in council for the very first time, and it's the very first budget where we actually have been live streaming, being recorded like this. And I'm really proud that we're putting forward a nice, balanced budget, just like Councillor Pollard just said. And I really want to thank Councillor Pollard. You've done a really great job with this budget. It's fantastic and really good, really open and accountable with the whole process, not even just the final product. So I just throw a little bouquet as to the mayor and all councillors. But most importantly, I want to thank the town of Torbay, the people of Torbay, for coming out and participating when they can, and just for being the great town that we are. Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you.
Okay, Councillor Pollard.
Thank you again, Your Worship. Yes, I just echo most of the comments that Councillor Gallant said, and I did most of my speaking the other night, so I'm not going to go much into the budget. Again, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all the volunteers in the community who are the backbone, and without them, there is a lot of work and effort that we would not get done throughout the year, so we certainly appreciate that. Staff, you can't speak enough for our staff. Staff put endless time and effort into what we do on an ongoing basis. They take a lot of the front line complaints and issues and try to shelter us from them best we can, although no one shelters them from us sometimes, so that's kind of hard sometimes. Special thanks to all my council colleagues and for their assistance throughout the year, their support, and certainly I appreciate the work we do here every day, and I look forward to continuing through the next year doing the same things. And then finally, a great thank you to the residents of the town of Torbay for allowing us to actually serve here and act on their behalf, and hopefully we're all doing a great job. So for everybody, wish a Merry Christmas and a safe and happy holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Thorngass.
Without repeating everything that's already been said, I would just like to thank the staff for their work over the past year. And there's a lot of time and effort, and especially where we had been down some staff as well. And to the residents, I'd like to wish the residents a Merry Christmas and a happy prosperous new year. And it's been a pleasure to work with the staff and council and to see so many of the initiatives that we had put in our strategic plan come to fruition. And this budget, there was many hours put into it to get where we're currently to, but it was a big accomplishment and great to see that we've come in with a balanced budget without having to increase the mill rate. So again, all the best to everybody, and we'll be back again in the new year.
All right, thank you. Councilor Roach. Turn on your microphone, please.
I think I could speak loud. I'm going to say it, well, I'm not going to say repeat everything that everybody else has said, because that is in my heart as well. And I just got to say thanks to all our staff, management, and my council family, because I feel like I'm part of the big family down here, whether we fight or we get along and all that stuff, and it's just like a family. And we can count on one another whenever we need it, right? I also really thank the people who come, our residents, our faithful regulars. They keep us on our toes, and I appreciate the fact that they care enough to come out and sit there and give us their advice, and that's what we're here for, and to tell us if we're not doing it, do it right. Okay, I mean, if we're not doing it right, tell us, and that's what you do, and that's great. So thanks, and have a great Christmas and New Year, very prosperous, healthy, and safe one.
Thank you. Councilor Martin.
Thank you. I also want to reiterate some of the comments made here tonight. I won't go too far, but I understand. I really appreciate the work the Finance Committee's done, as well as the staff, respective staff. I do understand with all of our staff, that we're asked that unfortunately we couldn't accommodate to keep ourselves where we are. But we do, due to the economic state, especially provincially and federally. I think we've really streamlined things as they are, where we can comfortably operate with a good float and without taking any more money out of people's pockets. So, I do thank all the staff for everything they do, and I know sometimes their departments, it can be frustrating. We can't give them everything they need, but I'm really looking forward to a prosperous 2020, and we'll see what the new year brings. And I also want to thank everyone on council, as well as the audience and everyone watching, for being good colleagues and whatnot, and participating, and extend a Christmas greetings, Merry Christmas and joyous New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Worship. Same as everyone else. Guys, thank you. It gets tangly with us on occasion, but you know what? At the end of the day, what we've been able to accomplish this year is amazing. And, in this economic environment, there's no room for tax increase for the town of Torbay. It's not something our residents would be comfortable with. And we've been able to balance this year growing and still maintaining to have a balanced budget without a tax increase. So that is no small feat. I too would like to thank our staff for the work they do. This evening, as I came in for the meeting, and my children, Kathy and Jake, who are here with us, thank you for coming and being here tonight. Our CAO was here coordinating, trying to make sure that they were as comfortable as possible to be able to participate. And for someone like me, sometimes that's the balance, and I'd like to thank the town and council for making that an opportunity so I can actually come sit and be part of the meeting to roll that out. So thank you to you for letting Mom come do this, and thank you to the residents for their support, for letting us come and do this, and thank you to everybody who's been around this table. It's been a big year, and looking forward to next year. And I'd like to thank the funding partners that we have who've supported some of the projects that we have, provincial and federal government, our MHA, our members of parliament, current and past ones. Everyone that's in this business does it because you have a passion for your community and your region. And we're very lucky. We've got a really good group that are working together. So thank you to the residents. Thank you to you guys specifically for coming. I really appreciate all of your feedback. And looking forward to a nice, lovely Christmas. And I hope everyone has a safe and happy Christmas and holiday season. And we'll see you in the new year.
All right. Thank you. All right. So it's down to me. I'm not going to obviously reiterate everything as everybody's after saying. Everybody knows that how important our staff here at the town and our residents. One thing I would say is that right now we're halfway through our mandate. So we got 2 years gone and 2 left. And over the last 4, 5, 6 years since we've been here, myself and Mary and Peggy, and Councillor Glant. We're all, and the newer people that came in the last 2 years. We've done a lot of things, infrastructure in particular, with the depot and the building and renovating the town hall and things that were absolutely necessary. And I think that now, for the next 2 years, that we need to refocus, look at where we're to, what we're going to do. And I think that from my perspective, where I would like to see us go, and it's in our budget, is to concentrate now on things that are public safety related and health related. And that would include our water supply and our sidewalks and stuff. I think that's really, we need to move on that in the next 2 years, focus on that. And I know that we already have plans to move forward with our history house, because it's going to be an excellent addition to the town. But I'd really like to let the residents know that that's where my focus is going to be, and I know that's where council is going to be as well, that as we move into the next 2 years. I think that one of the most important things for me that allows me to be able to come here and do this job, and I love doing it, is my family. So my wife and my children, who oftentimes become the backseat to what's going on in the town. We can't forget those people that are at home when we're here doing this work and trying to improve the town, that, you know, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So I really appreciate that. I know that my wife is probably watching. So I would thank her and my 2 kids. Last night I was at the high school for my son's cap and gown ceremony. I don't know where the time went. Since when I came here, he was 11 years old or 12 years old. Now he's graduated from high school. He's at Munn doing engineering. So the time flies. So you really need to appreciate the time that you have to spend here to work on behalf of the residents, and to, you know, put your best in it, and realize why we're here and what we're here for. So with that said, I would say Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to our gallery and to the people that are watching from home, and Merry Christmas to all the council, and a Happy New Year. And we look forward to seeing you at our next public meeting, which is not written on this, but I know it's January 13th. 13th, I believe. So with that, I would ask for a motion, please.
So moved.
No, I didn't put that on the agenda tonight. They can. Second. I didn't ask. I didn't put nobody on.
All right.
Seconder?
We're going to do it all over.
All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Councillor Glant motion, I think, and somebody else seconded. Who seconded that motion? All right. No, I didn't add nobody.
Oh, wait, you don't have to add for the...
Sorry. That's right. I'm sorry about that. I didn't see the first Q&A session.
We were all excited about that.
I'm sure you guys will get a chance to talk in the new year.